Assalamualaikum everyone. Let's start a brief overview of Canada. Canada, the second largest country by land area, is known for its natural beauty, cultural diversity, and economic strength. Located in North America, it shares a border with the United States and is rich in resources such as forests, lakes, and mountains. Its capital is Ottawa, and the official language are English and French. Canada's economy is diverse, with the key exports including crude petroleum, cars, and agriculture products. It imports cars, refined petroleum, and motor vehicle parts, with the United States as its largest trading partner. The official currency of Canada is Canadian dollar, CAD. Now, let's discuss the 5 key factors that influence the exchange rate of Canadian dollar. First is exchange rate, CAD's value against other currencies. Second is employment rate. Employment rate impacts economic performance and CAD value. Third is inflation rate. Inflation rate affects the purchasing power of CAD. The fourth is policy interest rate. Policy interest rate set by the Bank of Canada influence investment and CAD value. And the last one is government budget. Fiscal policies like spending and taxation affect the economy and exchange rate.
Next, we will move to data analysis. First is descriptive analysis. Let's begin with a summary of the key descriptive statistics which provide insight into the distribution of our variables. The government budget shows a significant negative skewness of negative 2.311, meaning the distribution is less skewed, indicating that a few lower values pull the mean to the left. The unemployment rate, on the other hand, has a positive skewness of 1.415, suggesting a right-skewed distribution, where a higher values are pulling the mean to the right. The policy interest rate exhibits the lower courtesies at negative 2.248, implying a flatter distribution compared to a normal distribution, meaning fewer assumed values. Last but not least, correlation analysis. Now, let's look at the relationships between the different variables through Pearson's correlation coefficients. There's a strong positive correlation between the policy interest rate and year with a coefficient of 0.867, which is P equal to 0.025, suggesting that the interest rate has been increasing over time. On the other hand, there is a significant negative correlation of negative 0.933, which is P equal to 0.007, between the unemployment rate and the government budget, indicating an inverse relationship. When one increases, the other tends to decrease. Finally, we see no significant correlation between the exchange rate and year, which is P equal to 0.496, suggesting that there is no reliable relationships between these two variables. That's all from me, thank you.
Let's look at the model summary, where we are predicting the exchange rate using 4 variables, which are unemployment rate, inflation rate, policy interest rate, and government budget. The model shows a strong correlation, 0.975, meaning it fits well. It explains 95% of the variance in the exchange rate, 0.950. However, the adjusted R-square of 0.750 suggests not all predictors are significant. Despite this, the F statistic of 4.741 and stick F change of 0.330 indicate the model is not statistically significant, meaning it may not reliably predict the exchange rate. The ANOVA table shows both The regression sum of squares and residual sum of squares are 0.000, meaning the model explains no meaningful variability. The F statistic remains 4.741 with a significance of 0.330, confirming the model lacks statistical significance.
Next is coefficient. The inflation rate has a negative effect on the exchange rate with a B coefficient of negative 0.018 and a standardized beta of negative 0.879. This suggests that as inflation increases, the exchange rate tends to decrease. However, the p-value is 0.209, meaning this effect is not statistically significant. Meanwhile, the policy interest rate has a positive relationship with the exchange rate with a B coefficient of 0.039 and a beta of 1.013. While this indicates that higher interest rate may strengthen the exchange rate, the p-value of 0.207 shows that the result is not significant. Both the government budget and unemployment rate as hybrid negative effect on the exchange rate. However, similar to the previous variable, these effects are not statistically significant. In conclusion, the outlook for the Canadian dollar in 2025 remains uncertain. With its continued weakness against the US dollar and forecast predicting a decline to between 1.45 and 1.50 Canadian dollar by year, and due to high unemployment and expected interest rate cuts by the Bank of Canada.